think so. We're good.
What's up, everybody? Beyond the Diamond live show. Brian Lima, Apollo Dez, producer Josh behind the camera. We're back for another edition on a Friday. Red Sox, Astros tonight in Boston. Tie for the AL West. Somehow Seattle won a game last night.
Well, hey, you wake up, you're in first place.
Yeah.
You're going to get a lobster roll. You go to Fenway. You're going to watch The Departed. You're going to watch The Town.
Are you a co-op?
You co-op. And my hot take to start this show off is this is an ALCS preview.
Okay.
Okay.
All
right.
That you're not serious, are
I'm
you?
100%
You
serious.
think they have the Netflix magic? Is that what it is?
I'm just saying, Corey got his contract.
You're such a Cora
They got
fan.
some pitching. I'm just saying, dude.
Been
I'm just
waiting
saying. It's a hot take for a reason.
forever.
We beat the
That's
hell out of the Rangers. I did say it was gonna be a hot take.
Yeah, that's fine.
That does qualify as a hot.
It's a hot take.
We
You from Boston.
we put a ass whipping on South Oklahoma.
We can Silver
start
Boot
there.
Series.
Secured.
Yeah, 8
8 in a
years.
row.
8 years in a row.
8 in a row.
That's great,
Didn't start off too hot.
dude.
You
You know what?
Didn't start off great.
Yeah.
Props to you for calling that.
You know my favorite part about Texas Ranger fans, Arlington Ranger fans, South Oklahoma Ranger fans is they celebrate not getting no hit, right?
Oh my! It was a mirror.
And then they celebrate like, oh yeah, you guys, 8 straight Silver Boot Series. Who won the World Series last year? Yeah. Dude, you haven't won a series against the season series against the Astros in 8 years, coming up on a decade.
And the only
Come
time
on,
you
a
actually
decade.
had a chance is you just had to win one of two.
Right.
And
That's
you couldn't.
it.
And you couldn't.
You couldn't do it.
Props for who, Josh? What, I say something?
Yeah, after they lost that first game, you said you still think they're going to
Oh,
win
yeah.
the series.
I did say that. Fire off a lot of takes. Sometimes I forget. No, but this is honestly going to that series. The Monday night walk-off home run sucked. Call it what it is. That sucks. But when you had Framber and Kikuchi lined up for games 2 and game 3, it was just a little deductive reasoning. Like, hey, these guys, if us fans and the Astros want to be in October, Framber and Kikuchi are going to have to be studs down the stretch.
Mm-hmm.
And they were absolute studs. I
Yeah.
mean, one batter away from a no hitter for Framber Valdez again. When did you think it was going to happen?
I knew he was cruising in this, like in the 6th. I felt, I don't know. I just felt some kind of in the 6th inning. And then when was the error by Bregman?
In the 5th or 6th?
5th or 6th?
That was when I noticed because I was kind of half watching, doing
Yeah.
other shit. And then when he made that error and everybody was like kind of acting like, oh,
Yeah.
damn, what are they going to call it? I was like,
So
why do they care?
Yeah, so for me, it was about the 5th or the 6th. And I don't know what it was, but I was on my couch with one of my dogs. And I just had something tell me, like, I'm not moving for the rest of this game. Like, I'm just going to watch because I don't truthfully peel the curtain back a little bit. I don't watch.
You're not a big, long.
I don't watch all of the Astros game
Yeah.
because I wake up at 4:00 in the morning.
Yeah,
So I usually go to bed around like the 6th or 7th inning, depending. And that night I was like, you know what? I'm going to watch all of this ball game. And then I saw the error and I was like, oh shit, he's still got a no hitter intact. Then I saw the way that he was cruising and I was like, yeah, this dude might throw another one. But then when he walked Josh Smith, I was like, Corey Seager's going to do it. But I know he's going to hit a home run. But I knew he was going to break up the no hitter. So
He threw a first pitch hanging slider.
Yeah, Corey Seager, you can't.
When I thought Framber was going to get it, was when he immediately got the out right after the Bregman error, got the ground ball, got the double play. I was like, okay, this is not, Framber throwing a fit or Framber, kicking himself. Like, he bared down, got the ground ball, got out of it. But then he threw like 50 pitches in the 6th, 7th, 8th inning because he was cruising. I think at one point he was like at 60 through 6 or whatever it was.
Was it 2 in the 7th or 2 in the 8th? He walked 2.
Yeah.
He was, I think at one point he was on pace to throw like an average of like 11 pitches an inning.
Yeah.
Which is extremely efficient, obviously, right? But then he hit like a little bit of a wall where he started throwing ball after ball.
Started nibbling.
He was
thinking about it.
You can always tell when Framber's geared up when his fastball starts to come in at like 95, right? And tails like it looks like a two-seam, runs all the way away from the catcher. So I was like, okay, he's kind of amped up. And then my favorite part about that whole performance is when he didn't like the ball 4 call and all of the infielders went straight to the mound, and Josh Miller came walking out to the mound to calm him down. Yeah. So, I mean, look, at the end of the day, Corey Seager breaks it up, but what's a hell of an outing for Framber? I think that's like, 9 straight really good performances by him. When he didn't, I think he's like 11-5 now.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken.
Just cruising.
Yeah.
Before last pod does pulled up his like last 7 starts, and they were
he was
nasty.
Before this start, he was
that's right. That was
like 5-0.
That was 14, when we filmed on Tuesday. That's right.
14 walks, 14 earned runs, and like 55 strikeouts.
That's right.
55 hamburgers, 55 hot dogs, 55 sandwiches, 55 french fries.
People are saying congrats to Dez on your first hits in the show.
Oh, yes. I finally got called up. We are both similarly built, 6'5", 225. You didn't have to laugh at that was so ugly, dude. What?
I'm not the only one laughing.
Dude, listen, you just spit on the mic.
Like a drink.
Oh my gosh, that was the root.
I didn't know.
I'll take the perm side jokes on your show on 790.
Did you hear me say yesterday?
I didn't hear it, but I got it. People told me about it.
Did they really?
People told me about it.
Why? But you weren't listening?
No, what'd you say?
The only reason I said it is because I figured you were listening.
I wasn't listening.
Me and Dan Matthews were, and I made sure to call you Apollo Dez. I did not call you by your government name. We were talking. Caleb Williams, the quarterback for the Chicago Bears.
Yeah.
They had footage of him on Hard Knocks in the coaches meeting with a purse. Like my man was carrying around a purse, like a legit purse, a Birkin bag is what it's called. So we talked about that, and then he was talking about the trends, and he was like, Dan was like, the frat bros these days are like all dressed in the same. They got the Chubbies as Sperry's, or the Chubbies the New Balance shoes, and they all got like this weird haircut. And I said, Dan, that's called a perm. I said, Apollo Dez rocks a perm. And he was like, oh, I love Apollo Dez. And I said, yeah, Dez rocks a perm. It's fine.
Even you saying that entire story wasn't as rude as you laughing in my face about me and DeZenzo.
Why don't you tell us about DeZenzo's body type?
It's a big guy. It's a big guy. Things would be a stud.
We got to get him on the pod.
Things would be a stud. Yeah.
Do you guys remember us talking about him early in the year?
Yeah, I mean he's always been
like. I remember watching a TikTok of him doing his offseason program, taking balls at third base and like watching him hit BP and like watching his workouts and stuff. And I was like, damn, this guy's a big dude. Like this could be the future for the Astros. And sure enough, he got called up and had a good day in Arlington. Hopefully he can be more consistent. I think he's going to be up at the big league level for the rest of the season, platooning with John Singleton at first base.
Yeah.
So, and I'm excited about it. I like him. Shea Whitcomb is still raking down in AAA.
He should be up soon.
Yeah, I would assume he's going to be up soon, especially September call-ups right around the corner, which is also crazy that it's already August 9th.
Yeah.
One thing I do want to talk about today is you say Kikuchi's 2 outings. Early returns, that trade is fantastic because
I look like a genius. Thank you.
Oh my God, Joey Loperfido is striking out 50% of the time for the Toronto Blue Jays. 25 at-bats or plate appearances, 13 strikeouts, and no walks.
Yeah.
None.
I still think Joey could be a solid big leaguer one day.
Yeah.
But like we were saying when it happened, that trade helps you win this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm talking about
the Astros got
year.
better
Yes.
to win a World Series this year.
This year, yeah.
And the trade always we said it time and time again, the trade was going to hurt, the trade was going to suck, just the reality of it. But if you now take the fan glasses off and you zoom out, you've got an arm that stabilizes the rotation. Obviously, he's pitching way above. When you make a trade like that, someone in the front office stood on the table and said, we need to go get this guy because we can unlock XYZ.
Yeah. And
they are 100% right. Obviously, more tape's going to come out. They're going to make adjustments. Baseball happens, right? But secondly, you're able to really save your bullpen in the sense of you couldn't afford, and this is not disrespect to Jake Bloss, you could not afford him going 2 turns through the rotation, only getting to the 4th inning.
Yeah. Down
this stretch, you're going to need all your arms, and all of them are pretty exhausted right now up to this point. But when you have Kikuchi going 5 1/3, you have Framber going 8 2/3, that adds up. I mean, yeah, Hader had come in and get a couple of saves, but the rest of the high leverage arms, save Presley, just got to relax. It was a good relaxing week going into the and I think one of the big things is you still have a rookie manager. You're still going to have mistakes that he'll make and he'll learn and grow from. Baseball's not the purest of pure thing, but I just the Astros front office had to view the trade as Wagner and Luperfido versus DeZenzo and Melton. And you know what? You give me Kikuchi and I still keep DeZenzo and Melton. We're good.
Yeah, and you also have Whitcomb. You also have like other options that can help you this year just as much as
Correct.
You let go.
So and you kind of had a surplus too, right? Like you sped ran Bloss through the system.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of maybe sold. I don't know if he sold high. I think he has some really good stuff, and obviously the 6 years of control. But you also got traded Joey, which is part of a surplus, right? Yep. Obviously he's one of your top guys in your system. But now that you're in the show, I don't care what prospect rating you were. It's about results. So Kikuchi's look good, and the one thing that I love seeing, he's just pounding the strike zone.
Yeah,
like. He's working quick. If he falls behind, he's getting right back into it. He's not kind of 2-0, 2-1, 3-0, 3-1. No, I'm down 1-0, it's 1-1. Okay, I'm down 2-0. I'm back. I'm getting it hell or high water to 2-2. Or you know what? You got to hit off me. So I'll get the next guy. So
yeah, he also the other day when he pitched, the velocity wasn't there, and he said after the game that he still had it in the tank, but he wanted to focus more on locating. Yeah, so that shows me a guy that's
really. I didn't hear that.
Yeah, he did say that. Him and Spencer are kind of eerily similar, where if they're throwing strikes, they're going to go deep into a game, and they're going to, they're going to have good results. It's when they start having those innings where they walk a guy, they give up a little blooper, and then they walk another guy. Then they're having issues. Well, I mean, look at Spencer's past 2 starts. The more he's throwing strikes, all of a sudden he's getting 12 Ks going 6 innings. I think they have very similar outlooks.
Yeah, and I think another thing about Yusei Kikuchi is obviously we know that he's got the upper velocity fastball, and obviously he's throwing more changeups. But the more that he throws that changeup, the more that it makes that slider even more of an effective pitch because he's getting a lot of strikeouts on the changeup, but now the strikeout rate is being increased with the slider.
It also makes that fastball feel even faster.
So you throw a 95-mile-an-hour fastball and you're seeing his changeup or you're seeing his slider, and it makes that 95-mile-an-hour fastball look like it's 98 miles an hour. And you throw it at the top rail.
Good night.
Good night. Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. So early returns for Kikuchi are good. 19 strikeouts, right, Des? Good math.
19 strikeouts. I was over at Highland. We golfed and then we were watching the game. So my math wasn't mathing that afternoon. Right. So
yeah. Speaking of Highland, Cash Wilkerson just joined.
What's up, Cashy?
We had a question from Ryan Forston.
Yep.
Don't know if I missed it, but thoughts on possibly picking up Kevin Biggio?
No, don't need him.
Yeah, I think with the success of DeZenzo and even a Whitcomb, I don't think it's necessary.
Because if you pick him up, you got to send somebody down. You got to DFA somebody. They've done that too much.
I mean, I'll take him over Aledmus Diaz.
I was about to say,
if
you made me choose, I would choose Kevin over Aledmus.
Yeah, I agree on that one.
Inside Astros asked, boys, who is starting on the mound for us tonight?
Renel Blanco.
Is it Blanco?
Mm-hmm.
Blanco
versus Tanner Houck.
Versus Hawk Tua.
Tanner, is it Tanner or Tyler? Tanner Houck.
Tanner Hawk.
All-Star. Yeah.
Tonight's a
throws the hell out of his changeup.
Joey Loperfido has struck out twice or more in 8 straight games. The MLB record is 9. Aaron Judge in 16. Noah Syndergaard 19, and Michael A. Taylor 2021. Yikes!
Attaboy, Joey.
Not good. He'll be good one day.
Yeah, he'll be.
As far as the at bats will be better, I think down the road.
He's doing a good job defensively.
He's a hell of an athlete, that's for sure.
Yeah. He's a freak. He's fast.
Does he think his body's going to fill out?
You say one thing in the group message, and then it's just everyone tuning in. Have you ever said something in the group message, and then everyone turns on you instantly? Just instantly. And then they run and make a joke out of it. Unbelievable. Pena, would y'all keep Aledmus Diaz on the...
Or do you want to keep that in the group chat?
I keep it in the group message. I don't. I'm gonna air it out.
I don't even think we turned on you.
You'll all turn on me instantly.
How can you?
It's all right. It's fine.
How can we turn on you when we were
It's
never
all right.
with you?
You laughed in my face. You turned. Would y'all keep Let Miss Diaz on?
Did you even hear
the
what
roster?
I said?
No.
I said, how can we turn on you when we're never with you?
The apologies by Astro fans regarding the bashing of Dana Brown. Kikuchi better be as loud as a disrespect. 1,000%.
You know how many messages
And
I've
there's
gotten?
2 people on this podcast that need to apologize.
2 people.
Who?
You
I
and
was all
you.
about
Me
it.
what?
are you talking about?
Yeah.
I was all about the
You like
trade.
you like that fake news narrative I'm about to spin?
He's really trying to- I have tweet proof for that day. Would y'all keep a Led Miss Diaz on
No.
the roster?
No.
Hell no.
No.
So what are we doing?
I have no idea. He's taking up a roster spot. At least bring what's his name back up if you're just gonna sit on the fucking bench.
Yeah.
What's his name? Gray Kessinger.
Kush, I have it. I just didn't put any product in. The hair's growing.
Thoughts on
Grow your hair
flipping-
out again so we can hear the
Thoughts
perm
on
jokes
flipping
again.
Breggs and Diaz in the lineup? I don't hate that. It's not going to happen. I don't hate it.
Ooh, that's a really good question, David.
Nope. Still haven't watched The Patriot.
Yainer Diaz quietly putting a top 2,
Extremely
and he's
underrated.
not 2 catching lines this year.
He's hitting
Offensively?
300 right now.
OPS is down, but I think,
Yeah.
that takes one hot week to get the OPS back up in the 8s. He's having
If
a
he can
really
get
good
to-
season.
If he can get he won't, but if he can get to 20 bombs or close to it, keeping his average the same. I mean, that's
When we talk about the lineup, all I know is Jake Myers and Chaz McCormick. One of those guys has got to figure it out.
Yeah.
Jake
agreed.
Myers has been absolutely fucking terrible over the last 30 plus days, and Chaz McCormick's whole year.
So angry.
No. I'm just passionate about
You
this
know what?
Astros team,
I have
man.
a
Don't get
question.
it confused.
Why are
Don't
you
get it
Why are you
tripping.
so angry? Because
What do you mean?
I tune on to Sports Talk 790, Sean Sally's show. You can watch Monday through Friday from 6 to 10. And you were laughing, you were singing songs, but you come here and then you're just so angry.
I'm not angry.
We need to play that song.
I'm not angry.
Okay.
I'm just passionate. I want the lineup to be solid 1 to 9, and Chaz McCormick and
There
Jake
is-
Myers are terrible right now.
There's some holes in the lineup right now.
I mean,
they're
you saw it
they're
when
bottom of the lineups.
But
when 1 through 5 aren't swinging it, the bottom half not doing anything to help.
if look, they're the icy hot Astros. We're cold right
True.
now. We'll get warm again. But you do need, and it's going to happen. You're going to have lulls in 162, but I'm glad it's kind of all happening at once, all together.
Yeah.
So
Gage
why so
Sheets
little
said-
news on Tucker's rehab?
Oh,
Good question, Kelly. Chandler had a really good article. That was a really, really good piece over on The
Mhm.
Athletic. He interviewed a bunch of orthopedic surgeons throughout the country talking about the bone bruise and what is happening here is not an outlier. Like all the orthopedic doctors saying like this timeline makes sense.
It's crazy.
Which I think honestly, if you now go back, you'd probably be like, I wish like Tucker did actually break his leg because it would have been a clean break.
And
You would have been
honestly,
6.
yeah,
You know what I mean? You knew the
it
rehab
probably
6
would've been
weeks.
Yeah.
Boom. Like when it's not an actual broken leg and it's just like it's like a
how
blunt trauma injury. I
kinda
think
how
one of
it's,
the
like,
orthopedic surgeons
easier-
said that.
It's kind of how it's like easier to tear down a house and rebuild rather than trying to fix it all.
Ooh,
Yeah.
look at that, dude. That's a good pull right there.
Gage Sheets said, "What do you think the record? What do y'all think we need to close out the year to win the division? There's 48 games left." He said he thinks they need to go 30-18.
I think you have to win one more than Seattle.
That's
I don't know if it's
Man.
They could win-
25.
with how both these teams are going, they could win the division with like 83 games or something like that.
Not crazy.
I always said it'd be very poetic. The next Astros team that wins the World Series is like an 80-win team, and it could be this year.
Could be.
I mean, they're not gonna be a 90-win team.
No. Nope. I predicted them winning 92 games this year, and they're not even going to reach
Yeah, I
it.
was watching that clip from our podcast.
I said like 100.
I said 99. I think you said
I said
you
I think
said
I said.
96.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, I
Thank
said
gosh.
92.
What about
92 is
92 is
still-
I mean,
playable?
it's you
They'd
can
have to
still
go, like,
reach
30
it.
There's 48 games left.
yeah.
Yeah.
They'd have to go 33 and 15.
Man, 30 and 18 is a really good
33
number.
and 15 to finish the season. For you
They're at 58 wins right now.
59.
59 wins. So you win 30, you're at 89.
Yeah.
You can get there. Your number's still alive.
Yeah, 33 and 15 is not impossible.
Hey.
They'd have to turn it on.
Their stretch though is
I mean, they're 4-6 in the last 10. So.
Thank you, Kobe Stevens Apparel. It is a quite lovely polo, the Azalea polo.
Shout out Kobe Stevens.
Get it at KobeStevens.com. Use code PaulHU.
they've got at Boston, at Tampa Bay, home against Chicago, the White Sox, home against Boston, and then this next stretch is pretty insane. At Baltimore for 4, at Philly for 3, back home for 4 against Kansas City, then at Cincy for 3, then back home for 3 against Arizona. Have y'all seen what's going on in the NL West?
Yeah.
Dude, Arizona's gotten themselves like
Arizona
5 out.
And San Diego.
And San Diego's 2 out.
It's going to be a fun.
It's going to be
because the Dodgers
across
have not
the
played
board.
well.
I mean, the Phillies came back to earth, even though the Braves are just kind of scuffled. Mets are hanging around. Both Centrals, NL and AL are just.
And I think the Twins are like 2 out of the Guardians, and then there's Kansas City right there in the mix
This might be
too.
the first season in a long time that I can remember that no team is like already 10 games above.
Correct.
Minnesota is 3.5 out of Cleveland, and then Kansas City is 4 back. Dude, the wild card, if you don't win your division, good luck in the wild card. Wild card is so jumbled. New York,
you don't.
it's the Yankees, the Minnesota Twins, and then Kansas City.
I think we're absolutely getting robbed of not having a 163 this year because it definitely would have happened.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
What is the tiebreaker now? It's just head to head?
Head to head, and then
that sucks. I would have loved. There probably would have been multiple games for 163s.
So the biggest lead right now is the NL East. The Phillies have over the Mets, and I can still see that.
The Mets jumped the Braves officially.
Dude,
they're half game above the Braves.
The NL wild card. Look at it; it's insane. San Diego's up 2.5 games. Arizona 1.5 games. Then the Mets in third. Then you got Atlanta, St. Louis, San Francisco, Pittsburgh, Chicago, and Cincinnati, all 5 or less games out.
Jesus,
it's crazy.
Yeah, AL wild card is a little. It's really only between like 7 or 8 different teams, but the NL wild card is kind of for anybody.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, Ben. If the Astros had just a decent start to the year, they'd have the best record in the AL.
For sure. Yeah.
It's just frustrating. But
if they were already 500 before they went on that run that they did to get back to 500, then they'd be set right now.
I updated my computer.
Yeah.
I can't remember my password because I just used the fingerprint, and now I'm locked out for 15 minutes.
So that's just a problem.
Sucks, dude.
Dude, this is a problem. This is a real problem.
That's your safety laptop.
This is a real problem because it's only giving me one chance to unlock it every single time, and I keep forgetting after 15 minutes, and I keep entering the same password I previously did.
It's like the definition of crazy.
Sorry, I was just going through it over here.
Who do you think the first team to clinch will be? That's a good question.
I think it'll be somebody in the AL East.
Yeah, it's got to be Yankees or Baltimore.
I don't know because
clinch the division or clinch a playoff.
Clinch the division. Oh yeah, I think clinch the division. Who do you think is actually going to win their division first?
Cleveland.
Really?
You think Cleveland will win it?
Cleveland's currently up 3.5 games.
Yeah.
Philly has the biggest lead, but they're struggling right now.
Oh, Philly's probably the safest. Philly's probably the safest. You're right.
I think it'll be Milwaukee.
How many are they up?
They have a 7-game lead on St. Louis.
Yeah.
St. Louis is playing better, but
it'll probably be them.
Probably be them.
I could also see the Phillies as well, though.
Yeah. JV coming back hopefully next week. We talked about that. JV potentially being the series after the Red Sox.
Let's talk about that on stream real quick.
You want to do it for a clip?
Sure. Yeah.
All right.
What do you?
Let me make sure. Hang on, I can do it real quick.
Are you just gonna predict when he's coming back, or what?
I'm just gonna make sure. Hang on, real quick.
Well, it's gonna be huge because we go to a 6-man. These guys get breather, and it's Justin freaking Verlander.
Yeah.
Henry, hold on, Henry. We meet at Big City Wings marquee location. You could follow the main Twitter account. They
go wrestling.
They promote like when they're doing the.
Also tonight at 7 p.m. on this channel will be the Wrestling Boys will be live streaming reacting to.
Oh yeah, Friday Night SmackDown tonight. Hey, if you're watching us on YouTube, I see a couple of questions on wrestling. Welcome. Glad you guys followed Apollo HOU.
Yep.
Our wrestling side is about to take off. Our wrestling boys, Kenny and JP, Dex, Jay, the rest of the gang, they do a fantastic job with our live streams of the big wrestling events. Obviously, they're going to be streaming live tonight for Friday Night SmackDown. So yeah, it's a pretty big deal, man. Our guys do just an unbelievable job. Right now, my favorite wrestler's got to be LA Knight. What about you, Des? We had our ex wrestle ask us, "Who's your favorite wrestler?" Yeah,
I cannot. Who's winning? Cody Rhodes is like the one.
Cody
everyone
Rhodes
likes,
is the
but
champ.
Just say
Who's
put
the
your
other? I like
finger
the
up,
tribal
acknowledge-
chief guy.
Yeah, acknowledge. the
That's
tribal chief.
Roman
I like that
Reigns.
guy.
Yeah,
I like that
He's
that'd
back.
be your guy. Yeah, I think. So.
Yeah.
I like that
Are
guy.
you a Liv Morgan fan? She's
Sure.
the women's champ.
Yes.
Just say
She
yes,
won?
bro. Yeah.
Okay.
She's
yeah.
been the champ. Yeah,
We back champions around here.
But Dominic Mysterio Jr. some shit. I guess they were dating, and then he left her to go to Rhea Ripley.
I saw that on
See,
Apollo
Rey
HOU
Mysterio-
Instagram.
Rey Mysterio's son.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then I guess he went back to her, and our wrestling guys had a big reaction video, and
She
she
tweeted about it,
she
right?
tweeted about it. Yeah.
Sick.
So
Hell yeah.
A lot of conspiracy theories on Tuck. What have you heard? It's a blunt trauma forced bruise essentially.
It is what it. Everybody.
It's a blunt trauma. Yeah.
everybody-
There's no conspiracy.
blunt force trauma. What?
bruise.
Bruise. Yeah.
I mean, that's the best way that orthopedic surgeon.
Somebody said
Described
tiebreakers
it.
should be resolved by mass LAN parties between teams either in Halo 1 or Halo 2.
Ooh, what do you imagine doing that? Having a locker room, just one versus one.
Honestly, it'd be sick. Like COD, like you start
You
on
send
one
your
side of the map.
best. You send your best gamer.
Yeah,
That'd be sick.
Tuck would. If it was Fortnite, Tuck would.
We should honestly
for
do
us.
that, like a Billy on the street, but ask people, hey, what would be your playoff tiebreaker? Like to random people on the street. I
All
bet
right.
you a lot will say
You want me
cornhole.
to do the?
Yeah, you ready?
Okay. Justin Verlander is set to return for a rehab start. No, let me try that again. He's not set to
This
return.
is
yet.
a live show. This is
a
how
live show,
this is
so this is where we're
how
about to do our clip.
this is how the sausage is made.
Yeah. Justin Verlander getting a rehab start tomorrow night, Saturday night at Sugarland Space Cowboys. When will Justin Verlander return to the big leagues? I think it'll be on August 20th at home, Tuesday night against the Boston Red Sox. It'll line up perfectly to where
Dollar Dog Night.
Yeah, Dollar Dog Night.
Glizzies.
Yeah.
JV returns.
Perfect.
I love
You
that.
can knock down 5 glizzies
For
with
$5.
a couple of adult beverages or some sodas. And welcome Justin Verlander back to the big leagues. It would line up perfectly, I think, with his rotation.
Yeah.
Perfect rest. It'll give Ronel Blanco an extra day, and it'll also set up a 6-man rotation. We know how clutch that's going to be for the Astros down the stretch.
If I had just to play devil's advocate, if I had to guess, I'm saying the 23rd Friday night in Baltimore.
Ooh,
I like it.
Just because I think they might give him a couple days extra rest in between these rehab starts that kind
Yeah.
of pushes things back. But
Ooh.
we'll see.
Okay. Is there?
Here's the schedule.
There's games. All
Dez is locked out of his computer.
I'm locked out. Definitely locked out. I think that I'm gonna say that Wednesday day game, just selfishly,
So the day after is the 21st.
the 21st.
I was thinking about that one as well.
I love it.
I'm just gonna say that just so
if they
because
would throw in a
I'm
day
I'm
game.
I
I'm
love a
always
good
gonna
day
be
game.
at a day game.
I
so
love a good day game.
Day
I'm sure,
game's
I'm sure
awesome.
we'll be there.
Day game is awesome. That's what I'll go with. But you know what? You get that guy back.
6-man rotation.
Hear me out. Is it crazy that this will be the most productive Justin Verlander we'll see in October since 2019?
I would think so.
Fresh arm, fresh bullets.
You think so?
6-man rotation.
If he has 2 months essentially of
Uh-huh.
starts,
If he's fully healthy, then
yeah, I mean,
I'm worried that he's not. 100%.
no, it's a very plausible thing.
Yeah. And if you get a 6-man rotation, that gets you guys an extra day of rest. You get a fresh Justin Verlander. Call the mayor. Lock down Louisiana Street and plan the parade.
Call the mayor.
Call him.
Say, hey,
Mayor Whitmire.
hey, shut down Louisiana Street. Boys got a parade.
Early November.
Also-
Put us on a
also,
float.
get your best people on unlocking my laptop.
Yeah. Also, we need to be on the float. Thank you.
Yeah, please put us on the float.
Benny Blanco from the Bronx on the mound tonight. He's from the Bronx?
Renel Blanco?
No,
He's from Dominican Republic.
Dominican Republic.
Why?
This is that guy's. This is a nickname for him, Josh.
Will Bryce Matthews be in AAA?
I feel like
should be.
I feel like they're moving. Yeah.
Well, you hear Dana say he has no plans to move up to AAA this year.
Oh, this year?
Yeah, he said he basically has no. He's going to stay in AA. He said, unless he goes on some crazy run, is essentially what he said.
Look what he's doing right now.
I don't know. Yeah,
I wish I could look.
If he gets crazy hot and like earns it, then I will. But I guess he's just wanting to finish out the year at AA. That's probably
well. If he finishes it out this year, he'll be in AAA next year.
Yeah, he'll probably start next year in AAA and then be called up. A couple months.
I love Bryce. He's probably my favorite prospect right now.
How old is he?
22. He's from Houston.
Yeah.
He went to Atascocita. What was it? Trey from TCU.
Trey Richardson.
He went to Atascocita, didn't he? Kingwood. That's right.
They grew up in that same.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Bryce went to Atascocita.
Yeah.
Of course, duh. Atascocita Eagles. Let's go.
Josh says, I have a feeling Mayor Whitmire has Dez's number either on file or blocked.
He told all the secret
Yes.
about you.
Yes.
Oh, there's a question for you, Des, from Henry.
As the NFL
here we go.
Liaison between Apollo and the commissioner's office, what is my take on the Cowboys contract issues? It's crazy that they have a 90-year-old man trying to negotiate in front of cameras with one of the best receivers in the league. And he's probably going to go somewhere else. But Vinny Falco from the box.
Oh,
The reference to Carlito's Way.
I've never seen it.
That's actually a great pull.
I need to watch
That just went right past me.
Yeah, that went over my head too.
That was a fastball right down the middle. Just watched it.
I'll put it on my
Expectations. Let's curve it back to Boston Astros. As where you have
They got Howard
about 20
tonight.
minutes left.
I don't know tomorrow.
Boston has been playing some really, really good baseball. They play kind of like that Astros type baseball where some of the names you don't know, but they're absolutely raking right now.
I mean, they have a better record than the Astros.
They're hitting.
They do,
They know how to get it to the next guy and get him in. Obviously, when you think Boston, you think of what Devers and Yoshida.
Duran is a fucking
They have
stud.
Duran's. His bat path, he covers the plate like no one's business. It is absolutely insane.
You can block that
So
account.
I think it's going to be an absolute shootout all weekend, all three games.
Yeah, I think tonight is my biggest worry, I guess, out of the three. Who's starting tomorrow? Would that be Spencer?
Yeah.
And then Hunter.
Yes, and then Hunter Brown.
Yeah, I think tonight is my biggest worry. What Blanco are we getting? He's starting to show signs of fatigue, and
He's
clearly battling through it the past few starts. So.
He's at 124 innings this year. The
Blanco?
most he threw last year combined with AAA and the big league level was 125. So he's at that point.
Yeah.
So
I think tonight and his next start are going to be big indicators on what we expect the rest of the season.
His last two starts, you can tell he labors through those innings.
I mean, even with the six man, they might need to think about
Skip a start.
a start or like
give him a phantom.
pencil him in for 4 innings. And
Give him
then
a
have
phantom IL.
I don't
10
think
day.
I don't think you can afford a phantom IL stand. I think you can afford
because
a
of
skip. I just
I
think
mean,
the margins are so tight right now.
just skip
if you skip one
start.
start. I mean, that's essentially 10 days.
You skip a start though. I mean, it's just about collecting wins right now.
No, yeah.
So it's tough.
I'd rather them go to like having a dedicated piggyback for him, whether it's like Seth Martinez is like designated. Blanco's going to go 4, depending on how he's feeling. We bring Seth in for 2.
So then you'd have to call Spencer or Seth Martinez back up.
Yeah, Seth, or I just mean somebody like that. Yeah.
That's a
Somehow
good
you're
point.
gonna figure out to give him some rest.
Yeah, you're gonna have to be very, very creative, I think, with that. Tampa Bay has played the Astros really good this year. Obviously, you have Tampa right after Boston. With Boston, Tampa, White Sox, Red Sox over the next 12 games. We talked about offline. It's not. You can't predict a sweep, but let's just predict a sweep of the White Sox right now. So that's 3 games.
I mean, you better.
You have to.
That's like one of the few
Because the
times
White
in
Sox,
baseball where you can say
you're going to
you
face
have to sweep.
You're going to face Garrett Crochet and you're going to face Flexen.
I'm not worried about Flex.
So you got to sweep those guys.
I mean, so many teams have faced them for 24 straight days.
Yeah.
But the other 9 games, you just have to go win 6 now. That gives you 9 over the next 12, or even win 5 games, that's 8 over 12. That's a good spot to be. When you just start, I think the way I'm viewing the rest of the season is these pockets.
Mhm.
Okay, these pockets of 12 games, these pocket of 8 games, and I think you get 2 here, you get 4 there. You go 500 ball 1 week. Anything below 500 ball in those pockets is obviously going to be devastating. So
that's the stretch where they take on Baltimore, take on Philly, take on Kansas City.
Yeah,
even Cincinnati's still right there on the hunt.
Yeah, you'll have to play 500 ball.
Yeah, like that's going to be the stretch. That's going to be and Michael makes a good point. 18 games in 18 days. So for the last couple of weeks, 2, 3, 4 weeks, they've had every Thursday off. Or that's about to go away.
Yeah.
This is going to be a huge stretch for the Astros.
This is the season.
This is the season.
Will Whitley be a September call up? Do we see him? I think so. He's been lights,
and he's been.
I don't
99.
I can't access. I guess I'll see Astros future.
I know he's been striking out a lot of guys, and he's been touching 99. So
his
whole thing is stay healthy.
This is his last year under contract with the Astros, so I would be very surprised if he doesn't get a September call up. I mean, I feel like he's
if he continues to
this
throw.
This is his last year.
Yeah.
I think I called it earlier this year at some point or before the season that Forrest Whitley is going to have one impactful inning in the playoffs.
Yeah, I do remember you saying that.
I don't know where it was. I got to find it.
This was on Astros Future a day ago. Whitley struck out 1 batter over 2/3 of an inning for Sugarland tonight, topping at 98.9. His ERA is down to 2.18 on the season. I think you got to bring him up.
One hit and 1 walk in his last 7
You got to bring him up.
Yeah.
Put him in the bullpen, and there's an extra arm.
Trav over on Instagram, with Jordan getting hot, you guys think the offense is going to start breaking out soon? The runners left on base problems got to end soon. 100%.
The left on base has been a problem all season long.
Season. Yeah. I mean, once the big guy gets going, Altuve gets going, Reggie keeps I think this offense breaks out.
Jesus. I didn't realize that. So Michael Juris commented it.
Yeah, 4 days off.
4 days off in this stretch of 48 games left.
So that's basically
4 days off for the rest of the season?
So that's essentially 1 day off every 10 days.
And they're all like 3 weeks in a row.
They have 1 game off. They have 1 day off the rest of this month. And they have 3 days off all September.
Dude, this is the season coming up.
Buddy.
Luckily, they have a day off right before the final series. So that's a tough series.
Who is that? Was that Michael? Michael that's a good pull, Michael.
Y'all think Kikuchi the real deal after 2 outings? Early return show he's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
I'm
100% on that.
I love him.
They made all the right moves that we thought they might. We're like, okay, we think they picked him up because they see this and this, and they did it immediately. He's a dog.
I mean, we talked about it on our stream, in one of our podcasts. Like, if you get Kikuchi, the biggest thing is, first of all, how is a lefty not throwing a changeup? He was throwing it 9% of the time, and we talked about it. Toronto, what are you doing? And then as soon as he gets here, what did we say? We expect. You tweeted it out. We all were on the same page. We expected the changeup percentage to go up, and it went up as soon as he got here. And look how effective it is. It's great. What the hell is Toronto doing?
That's where I'm at, because it doesn't take us on our podcast to say that. It's who in their front office. I don't care if he was a data intern or the general manager. When you look at the numbers and you're just like, well, hey, why is our lefty only throwing 10% changeups
Crazy.
when
I
he's
wonder-
throwing 96, 97.
I wonder
That's
if it's just
basic baseball.
miscommunication, just too many different cooks in the kitchen telling him different things, and then he just defaults back to, I like throwing the fastball, But
Alejandro Kirk, what are you
tweeted it
doing?
out, like the Astros, the Astros always fix pitchers, and then somebody was like, "Wow, novel concept. They just tell pitchers to throw their best pitches more
And their worst pitches less."
less."
Yeah.
It's like, wow, why can't teams figure this out?
It's crazy.
I mean, yeah, shout out to Josh Miller and the lab. I mean, I also think what Josh Miller and even Murph and even everyone else, what they do very well, and I think we've seen it now over 7 years, they know how to digest information
Mm-hmm.
and allow you to like say it in that player's when I'm saying the player's language, I'm not talking about English, Spanish, Japanese. I'm saying it takes explaining something to me, you have to put it in a Des dialect, in a Brian dialect, in a Josh. It's not
you're not going to go to Brian and talk about ex woba and
No.
all this
right,
stuff. You need
but
to
I
say,
can get
"Hit
that
the ball hard."
across.
Yeah.
I can get
Yeah,
that across
there you go.
in a way that I know that he can digest the information.
Yeah.
Just the same thing. And I
Exactly.
think Miller and Murph and the front office and the lab, they do that very, 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 very well.
Yeah.
On top of it also being in a different language too. That's awesome.
Yeah. Plus, and then I know another guy that's got to get a lot of credit for just the early returns on Kikuchi is Victor Caratini. He was him and Alex Bregman. They were both right on Kikuchi, and they were like, dude, you got to throw your changeup. Throw your changeup.
I would be very surprised if anybody else catches Kikuchi rest of the
No,
season.
it'll be
I think
Caratini.
it's all Caratini, which is fine.
I need more Caratini in the lineup either way.
I was waiting for you to say I've been
So
call up Salazar.
yeah, man.
Look, this is what we do. Hey, Letmus, thank you for everything you've done. Look, you're here for XYZ, leadership, whatever it is. But let's call up Salazar. I can start Caratini and Diaz in the lineup twice, and I don't have to worry about a double switch or a foul ball or something going wrong with one of my guys getting scratched. I have Sally ready to go on the bench, and who put some pretty damn good at bats.
He
when
had
he was
really
up.
good at bats when he was up.
Yeah, when it comes to pinch hitters, he's one of the ones I trust
Because
the most.
you saw it the other day in that extra inning game. What's his name? Joe Espada emptied the bench except for Aledmus Diaz.
Yeah.
When you are emptying the bench except for one guy, that's a problem.
Yeah, he's had what? He started one game and he had one pitch. He's had
And he got
It was
blown
that lefty.
away.
It was that lefty from
he's had,
Oakland throwing
5
92.
at-bats all season so far. He's been up for a week and a half, 2 weeks, and he's got 5 at bats.
Yeah.
That tells me he's not giving you any value. Otherwise, you would be using it.
All right, I'm trying to put my password in.
All right, let's see if Des gets into his computer here.
What did I do last?
I think it's Wiener Butt 69 420.
Let's go!
Got it.
Proud of you.
Woo! We got it.
Good job getting into your own computer.
What a day.
It's official. McCullers not coming back this season. Hearing rumors they might move him off season. I hope not. Let's see what happens next season if he comes back. No one wants
Yeah, they're not
him.
They're not moving him.
And I mean that respectfully. Like, no one's going to want him.
Yeah.
He hasn't pitched
Yeah.
since November or like late October of 2022 in the World Series.
The
He has
value-
no value right
Yeah,
now.
the value
The values keep him. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
you keep him and
he's
have
already
him-
being paid. He's already on the books.
you have him ready for spring training. That's it.
Yeah, or whatever it is, the value that you could potentially get from him pitching at any point next season is going to be greater than whatever random player to be named later
Yeah,
you
correct.
could get from trading.
Yeah.
Montero.
He
See
pitched
that?
well, didn't he? In AAA?
Is he?
2 strikeouts.
Yeah.
Only give 1 hit. Fastball up to 96, 97.
He's one where I think that AAA might do him some good. Would you rather if he keeps shoving a couple more games? Would you rather him or Whitley?
That's a really good question. That's a really good question. That is a
proven to
great
be
comment. First,
decent.
Josh. The other Josh. Des got on his computer, called the mayor playing the parade, locked down Louisiana Street. Whitley or Montero? I say Whitley, but I think the organization will do Montero.
I want Forrest Whitley over Rafael Montero.
Who's the swing guy right now? Is it Dubin?
I think Dupin's up. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Dubin.
But how many spots do you get for September call-up? Because it's different.
It's 2, isn't it?
Is it only
One
two?
position player and one pitcher?
Yeah, one pitcher,
One pitcher, one. Okay.
Yeah.
That's how they have it broke
Bring
down.
Montero back and send Presley to the minors. That's not happening. That will never happen.
Yeah, that's never happening.
Yeah.
I think you could do both, Marvin. I think that's what you do.
What?
You bring up. I think they could bring up Montero at the end of August and then Whitley right behind him in September 1.
Okay.
Let me list out the current active pitchers in the bullpen. Brian Abreu, Sean Dubin, Caleb Ferguson, Josh Hader, Brian King, Caleb Ort, Brian Presley, Taylor Scott.
It'll be Ort or King.
No, yeah.
King's been really
Hey,
solid.
Ort throws not, dude.
Ort's on gas.
Bro, Ort throws 99 like at a Sunday league, like just wind up. He's
He's
like
given a 1 run and 6 2/3 so far.
Yeah.
Both of those guys. Honestly, it might be Caleb Ferguson. He might be a guy that they're like, okay, let's give you some more time to cook down in AAA, like because they're clearly trying to work through things with him, and change up his arsenal. But it could also be Sean Dubin. I think it's probably Sean Dubin.
As long as he's got options.
Okay,
right?
here's another wrench in this.
Options.
A few.
There's another wrench. Seth Martinez, who's down in AAA.
How's he doing?
Getting a little breather.
How's he doing in AAA?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'll look it up.
I figured you had Montero stats. You could. Yeah, because he's been down there for
A couple weeks
now, right? You said.
A
It's
couple
been a
weeks.
couple weeks.
He's been down there for a bit. Way longer than I was expecting when he was first.
He's thrown 2 innings, 2 strikeouts.
You think it was a dead arm thing?
For
I think
Martinez?
so.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Because like the fact that he's been down there for 3 weeks, he's only thrown 2 innings, tells me that
Has to be.
they're just like letting him.
Yeah, he was at 50 innings in the
Man,
show.
he
They're
was
just letting him
throwing
rest.
really, really well, and then he hit the wall, and it was. All
I
right,
like that though. I like send him down
Yeah.
in August.
It's kind of dirty, but
Give
I
him
get
rest.
it.
Yeah, but I mean, it
Yeah,
is,
but
It's
if
dirty,
it
but-
means he can be back and
and that shows you if he's down in
Mid-September.
AAA and he's not throwing,
yeah, his arm is.
then something was
exhausted.
going on.
Yeah.
So
This is where I'm at with Seth. He accumulated a .8 WAR, 3.2 on the season, 2.92 ERA, 50 innings, 34 strikeouts, a WHIP of 1.216. Obviously, he wasn't the strikeout guy, but he was getting you big outs. When the WHIP was going up and you're not striking anyone out, you had to make a move like that, you know. So, and once again, when the Astros win the World Series this year, you can't tell the season without Seth Martinez and Taylor Scott.
Yeah,
because the Astros even be in a situation right now to win the division is because of Seth Martinez and Taylor
Seth's got
Scott.
a ring in 22, right? He was on the team.
I think so.
I think it was his first year. He pitched like 10 innings or something like that.
Let me check.
While you're looking that up,
2022, he appeared in 29 games.
Yep.
38 innings, got a ring.
Somebody asked what our WWE Mount Rushmore is. If you want to quickly get
This
that.
is a Brian question.
for me, it's got to be Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock. Man, The Undertaker's got to be up there too.
big Attitude Era guy.
And then I feel like you got to put Roman Reigns on there as well.
Damn. All
Because
right.
he
he's
was like the
won.
longest champion ever. John Cena's got to be there too. He was one of the best. I mean, so what, you need 4?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm a big Attitude Era was the best era of wrestling of all time, and it's not even close. But you could do so much different stuff back then too.
Yeah.
You know, you could basically say whatever you wanted on a microphone and no one got pissed off.
I think this era is starting to.
This era is, I think Triple H
best
is
since then.
Yeah, I think Triple H is doing a really good job with his role now with WWE. The storylines are better and better and better. I don't know. I'd probably say a mix of those. Shawn Michaels probably could be maybe up there. I don't know. I'd say Stone Cold, The Rock, Undertaker, and then a mix between John Cena and Roman Reigns.
Well, wrestling fans tonight.
God, I hope I don't get my ass ripped for that from some of
Tonight
these wrestling
at
fans.
7 p.m., we will be doing. We have the wrestling guys in doing a watch party for the Friday Night SmackDown.
Isn't that crazy?
So come hang out.
That
We
our
talking
wrestling
wrestling.
guys are doing such good things that we've been asked like 3 or 4 wrestling
Oh,
questions
dude,
on our live stream.
They killed it. They've
That's
absolutely
nuts.
killed it. And that's what kind of like is great about what we do here. Is just like if someone has an idea, we're just like, hell yeah, go for it. And then it blossoms into
Yeah.
1 million views on Instagram and 500,000 views on YouTube. Which is
I didn't
insane.
realize, and I showed you the TikTok the other day of like just one of the streamers that does wrestling stuff, and then he gets like 150,000 views on all his videos, sometimes millions, just for him reacting on stream to Roman Reigns returning. It's insane, man.
Oh, that video crossed 500K now.
Jesus.
And we're getting close. We're on the run for 10K.
Yeah. Tell your friends.
We're getting close to 9,900. So
God, we got to get to 10K.
Yeah, I want that.
Aiming for 10K.
I want that K.
I think they hit it tonight with the stream. We've grown, 10 to 15 so far this
Yeah,
year.
I just threw Roman Reigns out there just because of how long his tenure as champion. But I would say it's Undertaker, Stone Cold, John Cena, The Rock. Yeah, I would say that's mine as well.
All right. Thing to end it out on. They got Boston.
Boston.
They got Tampa Bay.
What are you, a cop?
What are you, a cop?
So 6 games before they come back home. They have a day off, and then they got a 3-week stretch of no days off. What do you think? What do you think they do in this Boston Tampa Bay stretch?
I'm actually kind of concerned about this Boston series.
Really?
Astros sweep Boston.
Y'all could be on further.
My concern is the offense.
My concern too is for the offense, but
in the left on base,
they got to go to Arlington and get right. That's why I'm so confident going to the series. The last 2 games offensively was
the Astros usually hit pretty well in Fenway.
And I'm also a little bit concerned with Blanco start tonight. See how he gets through. And then Eric Getty. Eric Getty has pitched his ass off, but for whatever reason, they don't score runs when he pitches. Like we looked it up on Tuesday. Like his last 7 starts, like the most runs they've scored is 2.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been pitching well. And then Hunter Brown, Diesel, he's been pitching his ass off.
Diesel.
And Boston's playing good baseball right now.
Boston's
I'm worried about this series.
I let it. This is the ALCS.
I think they lose tonight and win the next 2.
Taking the series.
Yeah, I think they're taking the series. They I understand you're worried about the offense, but they do hit pretty well in Boston.
In Fenway.
And guys like Diaz and righties that can pull the wall. I see a Diaz home run over the wall. I see a Breggy either home run or I just see them hitting off the wall.
Peppering the wall.
Yeah. I think I like their chances.
All right, let's take it one step further. Who's your X Factor player of the week? Player of the weekend? Player of the series?
It's going to be Diaz.
Diaz.
Yordan Alvarez.
That's a good pull.
He's been swinging it well, but the power numbers were a little bit down. I think the power numbers get back to what we're used to with Yordan.
He does a little homage to Big Papi this weekend.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to go Altuve. This could be a clip right here.
Yeah, he was going to be Altuve was going to be my next one, but yeah, go ahead.
And then the second part of this video. Who's your wild card of the series?
Ooh. Zach DeZenzo.
Okay.
Give me Dez, baby.
First bomb?
The real Dez.
Is he going to get his first bomb?
Yeah, he's going to hit it over the green monster. Yeah, give me Zach DeZenzo all day.
I'm going to say Jake Myers.
That's a good one.
Come back.
I was leaning to that, but I have one. It's gonna. It feels like a Chas McCormick get right series. Wow. I feel like he needs to just see one off the green monster, and he just gets right.
He did hit an oppo bomb the other night, and I thought that was going to be the one, and he hadn't figured it out.
It's a wild card for a reason.
Yeah, you're right.
It's a wild card for a reason. Okay, and then give me your arm. Give me your arm of the weekend.
Hunter Brown. He's just going to continue to mow guys down. Big stage at Fenway Park. It's a day game. Nothing better than a day game at Fenway. It's going to be Hunter Brown. Give me the diesel.
My arm, little wild card here. I think Brian King gets a clutch strikeout of Devers. And
I like it. A little lefty on lefty crime.
Yeah, like
so you're going
King,
King over Ferguson?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what? And for Caleb Ferguson, I hope Joe Espada puts him in an easier spot so the dude can get a little confidence for the Astros.
Or hey, one fucking inning. Let's not make him go up down. Let's not make him go.
Or that too.
Like just give me one inning.
Yeah. Who's your arm?
I'm gonna go Ronell Knight. You need him to hopefully just fight through this.
Yeah.
And he and he has. He has
He's labored through, but he's
battled-
grinded his ass off through it.
labor through. That's a very good
Yeah.
way to put it. Yeah, that's where I'm at.
Good.
All right.
Well, where should I go watch the game this weekend?
You should watch the games at Big City Wings, Houston's Wing Joint, Apollo's Wing Joint. They're about to open their 14th location here at the end of the month. But until then, go to the other 13. Go to bigcitywings.com, find one. Tell them the Apollo boys sent you. I think this weekend's a gridiron special. I'm gonna try to sneak away. I'm gonna go get me some wings. Not my drinking, but I love their sweet tea there.
I love everything there.
I just love the sweet tea.
Their cheesesteak fries are phenomenal.
Yeah.
Man, their stuff's good.
Damn, we're gonna do that for lunch.
Yeah.
And Kobe Stevens
Cool
golf,
shirt,
Kobe Stevens apparel. This is the Azalea shirt. It has one birdie in it.
Nice.
that's my pitch to Kobe. You can have at least one birdie by wearing Kobe Stevens apparel. Also, they have the outdoor.
Outdoor line, fishing line, KobeStevens.com, Kobe Stevens golf apparel. You don't got to be a golfer to wear Kobe
What
Stevens
coach
golf
do they
apparel.
use, Brian?
What's that?
What coach do they use?
Apollo,
Oh, okay.
HOU.
Make sure it was the right one there.
Use code Apollo HOU, 25% off your order.
Alrighty.
Right?
Yep.
Damn right.
That's it.
All right.
That's
Thank you
it.
for watching and talking with us on the Diamond live stream. We will be back on Tuesday. Another
Tuesday,
episode.
booze day.
The guys will be
Taco
here
Tuesday.
tonight talking wrestling, watching Friday Night SmackDown. Like, subscribe.